What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I'm doing some elemental readings. I'm on the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Hope everyone is doing well. Would like to book a personal reading with me, check out the about section of the channel as well as the description box below for more information on how to do that. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Let's see what you guys' messages are for this upcoming week. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What are the messages for our fire signs? Underlying energy is the Knight of Swords. So there could have been an argument, some kind of disagreement, or maybe you're fighting with yourself. I think that when it comes to taking care of ourselves emotionally, we forget the spirituality aspect of that we also have a spiritual body, we have a spiritual soul, we have a spiritual psyche. And I think that sometimes when our mind is in a different place, it's hard for us to understand maybe why things are the way they are. Maybe it's hard to have a little bit of faith in people. Maybe it's hard to understand our emotions when it comes to what we want to happen. Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and you have the Nine of Swords. I think it's important for you guys at this time to meditate a little bit more on an upcoming decision, to pay attention, to listen to your intuition when you want to know which way to go, because I feel like some of you guys don't know, and it's hard for you at this time to know, maybe subconsciously, maybe physically, maybe mentally, what it is that you're supposed to do in a certain situation. For some of you guys, it just could be not sleeping very well. Maybe your fears are keeping you up. Maybe you need to go for a drive. Maybe you need to move. Maybe you need to stage your car. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard for you to understand sometimes the position that you're in, because you have a goal, you have a dream, you know what it is that you want, but you also have a level of service that you provide to other people. And I think that sometimes it gets to be a little bit too much. Some of you guys are waiting on a loan, a building, a property. I feel like everything's going to come through. You'll get communication about it, but it's important to focus on bringing it together in your mind, in your meditations, and listening to the messages. Maybe it's going to come from a sibling. Maybe there's a sibling who is going to be receiving some type of gift, or you're the sibling that's receiving something. And it's important for you to understand that whatever you give out, you'll receive. So if you're in the position to give, then it would be the time, whether it's your advice, or maybe it's monetary for some of you guys. But I feel like you're looking into your finances, you're coming up with like a plan, and I think that you know that there are certain things that are ending. Some of you guys have taken a loss. Some of you guys are figuring out that, you know, you put a lot of time and effort and you've invested into something, and you're not really getting anything that you truly want, you know, out of it, because it's not coming in the form that you'd expect or that you'd want. Because I think that this crossroads that you're at right now is to understand that, you know, what you're speaking out or what you're thinking does reflect in your actions, but as well as taking the steps to just walk out on a whim and take this flight or adventure for what it is, and walk with the authority that you're going to win, or that things are going to work out, and to tell yourself, speak to yourself in the truth and the facts, and that no matter what you go through, no matter how chaotic or hectic it is, or how things are in the world, never let the fear overtake that, because you need to remember that, you know, your family or your house or whatever, things have been, you've came a long way for one, and there's no reason to let your fears hold you back, or your stubbornness, you know, to hold you back from the truth of the situation, and that there is enlightenment coming in, but it could be someone that is dwelling on a partnership, or dwelling on a not letting go of certain things, because all you really want is this sense of stability. And sometimes we need to walk away from things, sometimes we need to release things, sometimes we need to just hold our hands up and say, you know, agree to disagree with certain people, because there's something here that's definitely over. And I think that for some of you guys it's a job, for some of you guys it's an endeavor, for some of you guys you're understanding now that you're not going to be receiving sometimes what you've given, and it's hard for you to not let your fear come in because you're confused. And sometimes that manifests in a way where we have a different perception of ourselves or other people that might not be true, or that could be preventing you from your own sense of happiness. With the Justice card here and the Tower card, there's some really big changes that happen because of this heartbreak, because of this loss. But don't let the depression, or the fact of the communication or the fighting or words that people say in such a way where you forget that what people are projecting onto you are their own insecurities, is their own fears, their own thoughts, their own egos. Sometimes we are being thrown at the, you know, things are thrown at us, and it's hard for us to make a clear decision. But just knowing and living in the understanding that whatever is gone, whatever is fully released, and could either come back new in a better and new and improved way, or that in order for us to get what we want, we have to understand that we have to get rid of old things, that there's no room sometimes for new energy if we haven't truly let go of the past. Some of you guys are dealing with someone who was a cheater, that there was a lot of drama, there was a lot of triggers, there was someone who you don't know what decision to make, because you have someone who follows you around, someone who's like a pet to you. Maybe you have a pet together, someone who acts like a child and won't grow up. And as much as you want to work things out, you know that this is a energy and a karmic lesson, a father energy for some of you guys. And some of you guys are too smart to continue on this road, because someone's only worried about their own selfish wants and needs. And then there's someone in the situation who keeps things and feelings to themselves, and it could be manifesting in the form of health problems, unless it can be talked about in a healthy manner, or worked with, or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, you're still undecided about something that you know. That maybe it's time for the fire signs who are dealing with selfish people to block them on social media, and understand that you could be being watched or looked at in a certain way by someone you need to have faith of, that, you know, that there's someone's ego getting in the way of a really good opportunity. Someone has trouble like telling you that they admire your success, that they want to take you out on a date, that they have, like, you make them really happy, but they don't know maybe if you choose them, or if things from the past, you know, an old situation that someone isn't letting go of could be standing in the way of something new and better and improved coming in. That destiny is always at play, but your mental conflict could be preventing this union from coming together and the fulfillment of your wishes. But at the same time, the seeds that we plant, prosperity has the opportunity to come through. And so does this light-hearted energy, this happiness, you know, working on your self-esteem, working on your intuition, having hope for the future, and, you know, rejoicing, maybe celebrating yourself. maybe not being so worried about things and just understanding that whatever you need will be provided to you in just the right time and way because you're blessed. Saying that to yourself in times of struggle, in times of stress. That sometimes a spiritual union manifests in a way where we are bringing our own self together in a healthy way to become healthy for another person. And it might be just a part of your destiny or divine right to get everything that it is that you want. But in order for that to happen, we have to learn a peaceful way to let go of the past and send peace and love in a direction that we'd rather punch, through a wall at times, because they probably caused you a lot of drama. They did things to you that you didn't deserve. But at the end of the day, it's what you do with it. The strength that you draw out of every situation. Don't be the person who is longing for an emotional connection with someone who doesn't have that with you, or is incapable of having any feelings, or someone who has someone else. There's someone who feels like they are involved with someone that maybe they're not happy with, but they have this family situation with this person and they're afraid to tell them the truth, that this is over, that they do have health problems, they're isolating themselves. And the truth of the matter is that all that would take is someone to communicate to get through whatever this is. And I think that the person that wants someone to take them on dates and get them flowers and do all these things, it's not like it's not here. It's more about your own understanding and your own consciousness. Like, what are you manifesting? Are you accepting? Are you ready to accept that energy, or you just like the idea of it? That there's always hope, that there's always something that could come true in your favor, that maybe the bad stuff is easier to believe and so is the negative thoughts, but any fear-based thought or reaction doesn't necessarily have to be true. So being mindful of your feelings and your thoughts and understanding that you could have any kind of victory that you want, but maybe it's not in the way or the form that you thought. That maybe the plan you had for your life or the person you had planned out wasn't the one that was meant for you. Maybe there was some other road that you're traveling right now. Maybe it's time to put on the amethyst necklace or that obsidian necklace and walk outside every day with the confidence that you were given. We all came into this world in a peaceful way. We didn't come here with fear. It's been instilled in us, and it's important to remember that at the end of the day. So anyways, maybe be honest with this person. Maybe try to give more and then you'll receive more. It's all up to you. Have a good night.